How many times have you looked at another seller's success and felt like you're not doing enough? A lot of resellers fall into the trap of comparing themselves to others and then feeling like they're not good enough. If this is you, you came to the right place. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about why you shouldn't do that to yourself because that's not good for you. And then I'm gonna give you 5 practical solutions that you can implement into your life so that this doesn't have to be your reality. But before I do that, let me explain how a video like this works for those of you that are new to the channel. What I do is that I talk about the topic at hand up front, which is a title or a thumbnail, whatever you clicked on, because I don't want to make you wait like everybody else does. If you do wait though, I go into my eBay Everything store and I show you some of my sales so you can see what is possible for you. And then in between those sales, I talk about comments and I answer questions. So if you ever have something to say, leave it in the comments below. Plus, I have a very cool segment called Who Be Talking Shit, where we call out the trolls because there's always a bunch of idiots in the comments. Okay, let's get to it. The topic at hand is why do we compare ourselves to others and how is that going to affect us in a negative way? Seeing someone post huge numbers, whether it be on YouTube, Facebook, Discord, or wherever you're at on social media, it feels like a punch in the gut. I get it. It's easy to start doubting yourself and thinking that you're falling way behind. But the truth is that comparison kills progress and fuels burnout. Instead, you need to set your own path, set personal goals, and celebrate even the smallest of wins. True growth comes from competing with who you were yesterday, not with who someone else is today. So if this is you and I just struck a nerve, allow me to help you by providing 5 practical solutions to this problem. And why? Because Resellutions gives you real solutions. Solution number 1, set personal milestones. Forget what everybody else calls success. It doesn't matter what they call success because they're not doing the work for you. They're not running your business. So first, define what success looks like to you. After you do that, then you start making milestones for yourself. It could be the smallest thing like today I want to sell 2 items. Or it can be big as in I want to make $500,000 this year. Or you can be more practical as in I want to make $500 that I keep or in profit this month to pay for my vehicle. It's as simple as that. The reason you do this is because when you start hitting those milestones, it builds momentum. It builds confidence to keep going so that you can see that your business is working, so that it gives you the energy and the motivation to move forward. And with that said, this is why you celebrate every win. I don't care how small it is. You give yourself a pat on the back. You can yell, hey, or yeah, or get a bell that you can ding. It doesn't matter. You celebrate every single win because it helps you inside. And it reminds you that whatever you're doing is actually working. Solution number 2, limit social comparisons. And this might be counterintuitive because I'm on YouTube and you're watching this video. But when you're doing that constantly, when you're on the phone, scrolling like we do, you got to stop doing that. Whatever time you're inputting into looking at what everybody else is doing, looking at everybody else's sales, that means that that's time that you're not putting into your own business. You're not listing, you're not taking photos, you're not optimizing, you're not doing anything that moves the needle. What you need to do is replace the wasted time to doing things, putting in action that actually moves your business forward. Solution number 3, track your progress. What gets measured gets improved. You can use a journal, you can use a spreadsheet, you can use a piece of paper, you can use a whiteboard, you can even use a napkin. Whatever you decide to use, it should have maybe listings, your profit, what sales numbers, whatever you want to track, but you need to track it. And the reason we do this is because once we see the actual numbers, it's not just a feeling anymore. I feel like I'm doing okay. Well, when you see the numbers, your brain tells you, man, whatever you're doing, keep doing that. Keep moving forward. Now you're not on somebody else's path. You stay on your own path because what you're doing is working. So now you're not looking outside to see what everybody else is doing, again, because what you're doing is actually working. Solution number 4, connect with a supportive community. And I mean a truly supportive community. I've been on Facebook groups, Discord channels, and a bunch of other places where it's just a brag fest. People are just throwing out numbers because they want to be up here. They want to feel better about themselves. And look, I'm all about being competitive, but a truly supportive community, first and foremost, provides solutions to problems when you bring problems to the table. Secondly, a truly supportive community is happy for you when you win. They don't have to win themselves. They're like, you know what? I'm glad that this dude is doing 100,000 when I'm only doing 30,000. So what? I'm happy for them. In fact, I have Posse members. Here at Resellutions, we have something called a Posse membership. All these people, which is about, I think I have like 82 members now, they come on, they never talk shit. They're very supportive because we are all basically just a giant group of resellers that want to help each other. And what they get in addition to becoming part of the community and how they get helped is that on Wednesdays, I send out a post. They get to ask me 2 burning questions, which I deep dive on Thursdays. And then we have open conversations about everything and anything. It doesn't even have to be reseller related. Communities like this build up your confidence and it pushes you forward because you know that there's somebody else like you, above you, or not above you, but you know what I mean? Like ahead of you when it comes to maybe more sales and also behind you. But nobody passes judgment. That is what you need to find. And it doesn't have to be here. It doesn't have to be with me. You can find it wherever you need to find it. Just find it. And last but not least, solution number 5, reassess your goals regularly. Business isn't static. You can't just set a goal and leave it on forever. What you have to do is that you have to reassess because business constantly is changing. You know how I said earlier, you get to set your own milestones. You get to set your own goals. Well, those goals aren't set in stone. They can change. But what I would caution is that you can't be changing them all the time, as in daily or weekly even. What I recommend is wait at least 90 days before you reassess. What happens a lot of the times is that some people say they make a goal for themselves, and if they don't hit it within a week, they're like, okay, I got to change it. It's like, no, you have to give it time. Whatever new idea you implement, whatever your goal you have to give it time. Usually 90 days or 3 months is more than enough time for you to see if it's actually working. But you have to reassess regularly. Always look at your goals. Where are you at? Are your numbers coming in? Are they changing for the better or for the worse? And whatever it may be, if it's for the better, you can continue to push that. If it's for the worse, then you continue to change that so that you can push forward. So reassess regularly. And that's it. Those are the 5 practical solutions to the problem of comparing yourself to others. If you spend your life chasing someone else's race, you'll never finish your own. True success is built in a quiet grind where no one is watching. Only you know if you're really winning. All right, now that I covered today's topic, let's go to my back end so we can see the sales from my eBay Everything store. I'm going to start with my own product. For those of you that don't know this product, this is called the Resellupe. This is my own invention. It is printed here in Texas, and I love it. I also wanted to give thanks to all the people that bought the Resellupe last week, which was a big week for the Resellupe. Thank you very much. I hope that you guys get use out of it. For those of you that don't know what this does, the red one points out flaws, the yellow one points out features and benefits. It's basically a tool that you hold in your hand. Let me grab mine. That you hold in your hand and you take photos so that it calls attention to whatever it is that you want to call attention to. I also wanted to show this because I shot a live yesterday on Sunday talking about what makes a great idea great. If you guys have ever thought about maybe not doing just reselling or reselling somebody else's stuff and making your own thing, I definitely recommend you go watch that live because it was awesome. I had a lot of fun and we discussed what a great idea looks like. I'm going to link it down below if you guys want to see it. And let's move forward to the first sale. Here we go. Tommy Bahama Rum Leather Wallet Passport. When I picked this up, the lady was like, oh, who even uses those anymore? There was a lady there at the thrift store and I said, oh, that's fine. I go, I like these, no problem. I'll pick it up for $1, by the way. Look at this. Sold for $18 free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $10.20. So $9.20 in profit. Not a lot of profit, but it sold super fast. Very easy to take pictures of and very easy to ship. Don't skimp out on accessories like these. I know that, well, it's Tommy Bahama. There's so much out there. Bro, I'm telling you, stuff like this sells, especially when it comes to passports, because a lot of people now need or have passports. And when they travel, you need to put it in something. You don't absolutely have to, but it looks nice, especially with people that travel like that are professionals for business. You want to make it look nice, and that is a great piece of leather, and it was super basic. This is why, I picked it up, and sure enough, it sold. Next sale, here we have their next sale. Well, here we have the crackle glass pineapples with antique metal leaves decor. Okay, crackle glass, these weren't even old. These were newer or modern ones, but I said I already knew that crackle glass, you could see it. It's like if somebody hit it and it's cracked, but that's how it's made. So I bought these for 50 cents each. So I paid $2 for the set. Sold for $24.97, $9.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $20.83. So $18.83 in profit. When you see crackle glass, the vintage ones would go for a lot more, actually. But when you see regular crackle glass, even the modern ones will sell because they look really nice on coffee tables. People want to have them. I put some of these, in fact, in my coffee table with a bunch of other things like a pear and an apple and stuff. And it looks real nice. So I do recommend you pick these up. Just make sure that it's true crackle glass, not like painted on or sprayed on, because that can happen too. You can get those too. Next, here we have Zip Spin DVD CD multiplier or duplicator. This is excellent. I saw this at Goodwill and nobody wanted to pick it up because you can't really test them there, and they didn't even have power. And I said, no, I'm going to gamble on this because I know what this is. This is a standalone duplicator. Basically, you put in a DVD and then you make a copy of it like that. You don't even have to connect it to the computer. So I bought this for $9. Sold for $79.99, $14.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $71.63. So let's call it $62 in profit. Electronics really do well, especially stuff like this, which is necessary. A lot of people use this to make copies of whatever is getting old. Maybe they have like an old movie, or maybe they have old family videos that they don't want to ruin, or they don't want ruined, so they make copies of them, and you don't have to do anything. You don't need a program. You don't need anything. This is the reason why these sell fast, because they are standalone. You don't need anything other than turn it on, pick whatever option you need to pick, and that's it. Super awesome. If you guys ever see these, don't leave them behind. Pick them up. Oh, and here we're going to start with my favorite segment called Who Be Talking Shit. This segment is where we call it the trolls and the idiots that get on my comments, and that's okay. That's fine. Check this out. Here we have at Fernot3441. He says, instead of watching this hour-long video by a part-timer with a mediocre sell-through rate, well, thank you very much for that. Let me tell you some simple advice. Buy high-demand items at a low price. There you go. That's $1 million sentence. That's really all it is. If you want to list once a week, it doesn't matter as long as your items actually have demand. Ignore the whole video and just do that. Well, first off, he's not wrong when it comes to that. If you have a product, like for example, my Resellupe, I'm not listing it every day and it always sells every single day. If you have a product that's in demand, it will always sell for sure. But what I wanted to do is that, look, there's no need for any of this. There's no need for the hatred. There's no need for the negativity. There's no need for any of that. So of course I responded. I just said, thank you for that. I hope you're proud of yourself. I do have to say thanks for watching the video and contributing to more ad revenue. I like to say that because it pisses people off that they're trying to like hate. And then I'm like, well, you know what? Thank you very much. It's just another view and it gives me money. So here you go. He goes on to say things like, I'm a 200 or I make $200,000 in sales. He's an 18-year-old kid. And then he says a bunch of other things, which I'm not going to go over. But then he also calls me a YouTuber and not a real reseller, which I gotta say, look, I have a YouTube channel because I want to help other people get out of maybe their 9-to-5 if that's what they want to do, make some extra money, or help them just make more money. And the reason I want to do that is because at one point in my life, I needed to get an additional income, and reselling did it for me. And I got help from somebody else. So it's my turn to help. So look, instead of firing back and calling them names and all that, this is what I'm going to say. You are 18 years old, and I get it. I remember being 18 and an idiot. At that point in our life, we think that we know best. We think we know everything. We think we're, oh my God, we're at the top of the mountain, and we think all these things. Being 42 years old now, I have learned that you need to be humble. If not, humility will be taught to you by someone else, and usually it's not going to be nice. What I have to say, and what I want you to take away from this, is that if you just took some of that negativity, some of the energy that you put into doing all this, putting towards doing something good in this world, it would make you feel so much better. You would live a more fulfilled life, and you would be helping someone else. You would be helping make this world a better place. There's no need for the negativity. You can come on here and do whatever you want. This guy even said that I was gonna block him and all that. I'm like, bro, I'm not that guy. I'm not afraid of any of these punks, man. I'm not. It's okay. Like, it's fine. You can do whatever you want, dude. I'm not gonna block you because I want to be true. And this is what people want. Do you think it's easy for me to be on here, to open a channel, put my face out here, put all of my ideas out here, which, you know, they could be good, they could be bad, and people attack me all the time? They attack me personally. They attack the way I look. They attack my life. They attack me all the time. Do you think it's easy to do that? It's easy when somebody gets on behind their computer, on their keyboard, being a keyboard gangster, and talk shit. That's way easier. So to people like this, if you want to talk smack all you want, fine. But if you really truly want to know what it feels like, and you really truly want to know how difficult it could be sometimes when people are just negative as hell, man, open a channel and see what happens, and maybe you'll change your ways. I hope you take that advice, you know, do better. Don't be negative. Stick with the positive and you'll live a better life. I really do hope that you take that advice and keep moving forward. But as of today, you are this week's idiot of who be talking shit. Oh, I love it. I love it. These people, man, sometimes. All right, let's go. Let's move forward to the next sale. Here we have Tommy Bahama silk short sleeve shirt, men's medium, orange floral. Hey, what did I say last week? Tommy Bahama sells, man. I bought this for $3. I swear it's going to Florida. Everybody that was in Florida is like, bro, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm from Florida. Anyways, I bought these for $3. Sold for $21.98, $8.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $19. So $16 in profit. That is still an excellent return. Look at this. The reason it sold is because it's very loud. It's very Tommy Bahama. It's very Hawaiian. Those shirts tend to do better because when you're scrolling on your phone, it makes you stop and you want to look at it because it's so bright and out there. The basic ones are going to take longer to sell, but they do sell, so just an FYI. Next sale, here we have Carheart Whip Abbott pant. These are awesome, and when I was talking to a lady there, she's like, "Oh, you know, do you really want to pick those up because they have a pleat on them? Nobody wears them with pleats." Well, you know, there's always someone for almost any product. Maybe if it had 3 pleats, like the old school ones, somebody wouldn't want to wear them. But I sold these, and they were a size 33, 27 in length, by the way. I bought these for $3, sold for $36.98, $8.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $26.74. That is an excellent pickup. So I made $23 in profit. Look at those pants. They're very basic, very boring, but because they were the Carheart Whip Abbott pant, that's why they sold. They are in demand, so if you see them, make sure you pick them up. Next sale, here we have Lego Dots 41803 extra dots. Okay, I put these up here because this is the last one. I've shown these before because I've been selling them forever. This was a horrible purchase that I purchased a long time ago. I purchased a whole bunch of units. For those that think that I only do one-offs and things like that, sometimes I buy in bulk. I buy wholesale and I buy a lot of retail arbitrage in like a pallet form or box form. And these were in it. So essentially I had paid $1 each. And I was like, you know what? If I can get $10 for them or even $9 for each pack, it's fine. Well, that didn't happen, but I finally got rid of them. And this person bought 2, sold for, let's check it out. Hold on one second. There you go. Sold for $45.68, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $25.52. But they were $1 each, and they bought 18 of them. So basically, I made $7, which was a horrible purchase, but they're finally out of my inventory. I'm glad to say, and I'm not picking up the dots. It's not Lego. It's the Lego dots that were the problem. Dots, some of them are like, some of the sets are okay, but most of them, they're not doing so hot. And I think that this is why they stopped making so many different versions of the dot. So here we go. Let's go to our next comment or question. At High Saint 5371 asks, or they're referencing master eBay business policies like a pro. Oh, this is a step-by-step guide. If you guys want to know how to build your business policies, I have a video on this. It says, I like the business policies. They were the first things that I learned and set up before I listed my items. What method would you use to ship heavy book set? Okay. Depends on the book set. The heavy book set, usually if it's under a certain amount of weight, I think the biggest one or the heaviest one that I've sent is like 3 pounds. Then you can do medium mail, it's fine. But at a certain point, medium mail, like they won't let you send it medium mail if it's too heavy. Like I've sent encyclopedias and that set is super, like it was like 50 pounds. You can't send those medium mail. Usually for books, it's going to be medium mail. But when it's not, you can use things like UPS Ground Saver or FedEx Home Delivery. And that's probably going to be the way to send it that is going to be cheaper. Because a lot of the times USPS Ground Advantage, when it's a heavy set, it's definitely going to be more expensive. Let me move on to the next one because they're referencing the same video. It says, Ed Marcelo Benevenia, 5932. Says, gracias, compa. Love the channel. Just picked up eBay selling again. Great. I'm glad that you're back, bro. This part kills me. Finally, I found what I needed. Thank you. He's referencing the business policies. And it says, by the way, the music is perfect, bro. Keep it up. Hey, I just wanted to say, gracias, carnal. I love cumbia. And I just wanted to put it up. And I know that it's not for everybody, but you know what? You guys are going to have to deal with it for now because I'm not changing a lot of it. In fact, I'm trying to write my own so that I don't have to pay for a service to put in, because it's usually the same ones that I use, right? Because I like continuity. But I am trying to write a cumbia, and that way I can put it on here, and so I don't have to pay anybody else for the rights to that. If some of you, or if one of you knows how to write music and knows or wants to write a cumbia for me, let me know in the comments below, and then I will go back and forth with you with email, and maybe we can do some business together. It's not going to be free. I will pay you for your time, of course, but I have a lot of different things that I want from that cumbia. But if you want to do it, leave it in the comments below, and maybe you can be the one that writes it, and it'll be like, you know what? That person is going to be at Resellutions forever. Next, here we have Merrill Michael Sneakers Men's 9 Ash Yellow. I bought these for $5. I like these shoes. They're great for hiking. They're great for a lot of different things. And I kept getting a whole bunch of lowball offers. By the way, most of the offers that are lowballs are always New York and California. And I gotta say, it's probably because you guys live in such an expensive place that you guys are selling lowball offers. But seriously, it's always New York and California. In any case, I bought these for $5, sold for $28, $9.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $20.61. I wanted to get, I think I put these up for like $38, and I took $28, and I said, you know what? There's so many offers that I'm just gonna sell them. So I sold them for $28. I still made $15.61 in profit. So whenever you see Merrill, you should check the comps. Merrill is an excellent brand. I definitely stand by them. I have some boots that I use for hiking when I go rock scrambling. They work really well, and they hold up for what you're paying. They hold up well. Next sale, here we have Go Power Rangers. Who remembers that? This is a 2-movie collection. So when I saw it, I was like, man, if it was new, it would have been way better. I would have gotten more money, but still, I picked it up because I know that there's a lot of collectors like myself of Power Rangers. And maybe I'll make Bruce fight with a Power Ranger on video one time. I'm not sure yet. I bought this for $1, sold for $14.99, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $7.59. Not a lot of profit, but I don't care because I love to sell media. It gives me additional transactions, and it's easy to ship. It's easy to pick up, and I pick them up for nothing, and I can pick up a ton of them when I need to. So I still made $6.59. I'll take it any day, baby. Plus, sometimes I pick up media that I keep myself. I have a big place in my living room where I keep still CDs, cassettes, DVDs, Blu-ray, and so on and so forth. Next sale, here we have Shimano RC3 road cycling shoes. Men's 9.7. Yes, you read that correctly, 9.7. Weird way to measure that, but it's because they're very specific shoes because they're for cycling. I bought these for 10 bucks, sold for $46.99, $9.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $41.84. So what is that? $31.84 in profit. Do not skimp out on cycling shoes. I can tell you from a mountain biker point of view, I always go through shoes because we're constantly getting them dirty. You're screwing them up. Your pedals are eating the bottom of it. These are specific to pedals that you clip in. So you would get on your bike and then you clip on, and then it helps you get more power when you're cycling. And I don't have those. I have flat ones, which I have flat pedals only, meaning my shoes just touch the pedal and they grip like that. But the clip-ons, they sell for good money and they're well made. Shimano is a very good brand. So you guys should, if you ever see them out there, pick them up, or at the very least, check the comps. Next question or comment. Let's see. We have a comment or question. Let me read. Can you really make money selling golf clubs in 2024? That's what they're referencing. At Michael Mason 2128 says, I actually found 12 golf clubs and irons on the trash or in the trash. They're in good condition. What pictures should you have in your listing? Very simple. Whenever you take pictures of golf clubs, you have to take the first photo should be the picture of a head. If it's a single one, the picture of the head. And the reason you want to do that is because if you take a picture of the golf club itself, the pic becomes very long. So when you're scrolling through your phone, it's very tiny and nobody's going to want to, or nobody knows what it is. They can't see it. So when you take a picture of the head, it'll normally show your brand. It'll show what it is, like a 6, 3, 4, 5, 7, pitching wedge, sandwich, whatever the case. So you take a picture of the head, which normally has your brand, and then the number. You flip it over and you take a picture of the face, and then you put it on the floor. You take a picture of the shaft and any information on there, because it could be regular flex, mid flex. It could be a bunch of different things. And then you take a picture of the grip too. All this information is necessary because the flex, some people don't like the ones that flex a lot. They want a really stiff, shaft. Or the grip. If the grip is all shitty, then they know that it's going to be an additional expense to get it re-gripped or for them to re-grip it. It's not expensive, but people don't want to do that. So you need to give them all that information, and then you need to give them the length, because there are some that are made custom for somebody. They're longer or they're shorter. So all that makes a difference, and you should do that. Next sale, here we have Skechers Bob's Zen Kitty women's slip-on flats. Okay, my girl saw these and she's like, oh my God, don't pick those up. And I said, hey, espérate, güey. And I said, these are going to sell for sure, because somebody had given some of these to her as a birthday present. And she wore them for a long time because it was a dear friend of hers, but she hated them. She hated them because I think that they're ugly ass shoes. I would never wear something like this. But I get it, somebody likes them and that's fine. And it has a bunch of kitties on there. So I bought these for $2. They were brand new at an estate sale, by the way. Sold for $39.99, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $23.49. Excellent pickup, $21 in profit. Don't skip on the Skechers Bobs. They are, what are they? They look like Toms, but they are Bobs for Skechers. Next sale, here we have Dunhill Silk Blue Tie. If you guys didn't know, I have a video on how to shoot ties. This is a great way to shoot it. It's very simple, it's very fast, and it does make money. Look at this. This is a silk tie geometric floral, because it looks like floral, and geometric meaning it has a pattern that looks geometric. It's a great keyword, by the way. And it is made in Italy. When it's made, most of them are going to be made in the US. So in this case, the made in the USA is going to be abundant. But made in Italy, there's a lot less that are made in Italy. So I bought these for $2, sold for $20, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $12.88, so $10.88 in profit. Not a huge profit, but ties are easy to find. They're everywhere. Most of them are going to be about $20 to $25 or under that, but there's also high-end ones that go for way more than that. So just always comp them if they are in good condition and if they look like that. So that is a nice pattern that's not going to go out of style. It doesn't look like, if you look at that, you're not going to say, oh shit, that is all 80s, bro. It's like, nah, man, it is a decent size. If you notice right here, it says 3.75 inch. That means it is actually a little wider than normal, but somebody likes that. And then 57-inch long, so they can know how it's going to look on their body. I recommend you do those measurements, by the way, because it It brings people to your listing quickly so they can buy it because they already know how wide it is and how long it is. Next, I don't normally pick up women's clothing, but I picked this up because it was in a bulk buy that I bought, and I said, shit, I'll take it. Polo Ralph Lauren women's medium shirt, and it is like the short sleeves. I don't even know what that's called, man. So don't even ask me. Again, I don't do women's shirts a lot, but it sold super fast. I bought it for $2, sold for $24.99, $8.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought it home $24.74. So $22.74 in profit. That's a great looking shirt, and it's so basic, but it is cute. I could see somebody wearing this and be like, you know what? She looks great in that. Awesome. Next. Here we have the next question or comment. They are referencing how to list variations on eBay 2025. At Lisa Ray J2R says, I have 75 pairs of women's glasses. No two pairs are exactly alike. Each pair is different. Can I then add 75 pictures? One picture for each pair of glasses. Is there a limit to how many different items one listing can have? It says, thank you. I looked online, and it was a quick search, by the way. Posse members usually get a deep search on all these questions, but I did a quick search and I saw that you can do up to 50 items in one listing, so 50 variations. If I'm wrong, please somebody correct me in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure it's 50 because I do have things with variations. For example, the Resellupe has a variation, and I have a bunch of other ones. Well, maybe not a bunch anymore, but I have some other ones that have variations. So I think that that's going to be the case here, but if you guys want to know how to list variations, you can go and check out that video. Pretty good video, very simple and straight to the point, and I'll show you how to actually do it on the computer. Next, here we go. Another lacrosse stick. I sold one last week that had the white net, or I don't know whatever that's called, the white back, and this one is black on black. STX 6000. The STX 6000, by the way, I've sold a bunch of these. 41-inch black attack midfield, and you guys can read the rest. I bought it for $1.75. I bought it at, I think it was at a Goodwill. They was all wrapped up together, and I bought it for I bought 3 of them together wrapped in like in a pack or whatever. And look at this one. Sold for $29.99, $14.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $27.30. When you guys are buying these and shipping them out, I recommend a 48 by 4 by 4 box. You can squeeze it in there. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but you can squeeze it in there. They don't break. I've shipped a whole bunch of these. They are perfectly fine, but the box is not cheap. A 48 by 4 by 4 usually will run you for anywhere from $2 to $4 a box. So you have to account for that with the pricing. This is why I did $14.99 shipping. I already know they ship under 2 pounds, and they ship for about 42 inches in length, which normally will cost me anywhere from $8 to $12. And then from 12 to 15 means I have $3 for a box, which is perfect. This is what I recommend. I've never had anybody complain about the shipping because they understand it's a long product. And this is again, a recommendation for what to use and what to charge. Next, here we have Levi's chambray denim short sleeve shirt. Oh, I actually sold this when I was doing my What the FAQ video for my Posse members on Thursday. I bought this for $3.03, sold for $29.92, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $19.67. I normally had it, I think I had it for $20, $8.99 shipping, and wasn't moving. So what I did is that I took the shipping away, I added it to the listing, and then I did free shipping and it moved. So part of my, for those of you that follow me for a while, part of my test that I've been doing, instead of charging shipping for clothing, I've been putting it into the price and doing free shipping. It has been up and down. There is no definitive information whether you should be free shipping or not. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go back to charging shipping. However, things that are really old, that are stagnant already, what I did was that I move them into free shipping and I just add whatever shipping cost I was going to charge anyways. And that seemed to have helped these move faster. So what I recommend is charge shipping at the front, maybe for the first 6 months. And then after the 6 months, then you can switch it to free shipping and see if that helps. That kind of gives it a little boost. It's like a steroid. Just inject that shit and move that and let it move. Last sale. Here we have Rusk Wire 8less or wireless hair dryer engineering professional. So hair dryers do sell, but you gotta be real careful what you pick up because not all of them sell for good money. This one though, bought it for $5. Sold for $40.49, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $32.80, which means $27.80 in profit. That right there is a good pickup. I've picked up a few of these that I've sold over the last year or so. They do well. You just got to make sure that you clean it, like the back. Take off the filter in the back, clean it, and make sure that it works. That's it. It's as simple as that. Stuff like this really does sell. And of course, I know because I have long hair and there's always blow dryers in the house. There's also like blow dryer curler in the house to when you want to curl your hair, or my girl wants to curl her hair. And they sell, because some of these can go upwards of like 60, 80 bucks or 90 bucks at, when you go to Target or Walmart or online. And people don't have money right now. Maybe they just want to spend less, but they still want to look good. Well, here you go. They spend $40 free shipping, and there you go. Last comment. Oh, this is a good one. So they are referencing Don't List eBay Daily because I had just cut these, not cut these. I had just shaved and put my chops on. So this is just for fun for me. This is at Jenny Smith 7518, says, love the burns. So I wanted to get the opinion from all you ladies. Guys, hey, don't be giving your opinion, bro. Not okay. For all the ladies, what do you think? Do you like the burns? Do you not like them? Should I get rid of them? I can tell you that I do them like this because I remember my dad, when I was real young, my dad used to have them like this, and it just always looked super nice to me. I just always think that he looked good, that it went with his face shape. And ever since then, I've had them. I, get rid of them because my hair grows pretty fast. So I can just, shave them and then shave them off and let them grow back and all that. So ladies, let me know in the comments below. Do you like them? Should I keep them? What should I do? I don't know. I know what my girl wants, and she says that they look good, but she might be just lying so I can keep cooking dinner for her. I do all the cooking in the house. I love to cook. I am definitely not a chef, but a person that loves new things, new foods, and I love to cook for her. She deserves it. She helps me out a ton with my business. She helps me out with a lot of different things, and honestly, it's a very good way for us to spend time together because we're just chatting. I'm having a beer. She's telling me, sometimes we have recipes, so she's reading them off, and we're doing it together, and it's fun. So I do recommend it. If you have a significant other, do that. It's a fun way to spend time together. And that is it, everybody. I just showed you the 5 solutions to not compare yourself with someone else so that it doesn't hurt you, so that you don't feel like crap, so that you don't feel like a loser, so that you don't feel like you're always behind. Don't do that. There's so many better ways for you to look at your life. There's so many better ways for you to stay positive and just stick to your own goals. Stick to your own dreams. Don't hijack somebody else's, because what you want to do with your life is okay, and you should pursue it at all costs. To continue supporting the channel, you can always send your thanks with the thanks button down below. You can buy a Resellupe to add value to the photos you're already taking. Better photos means better sales, plain and simple. And you can become a member of the Resellutions Posse for less than gas station coffee and get access to What the FAQ Thursdays, which is always hella fun. As always, give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss awesome videos like this. See you in the next one. Peace and cheers, everybody. Woohoo! I'm out of beer, so I'm drinking water right now. Chingas a tu madre, no hay beer. Pinche agua. Ni modo, güey.